From the Tennessee Valley Weather Channel, this is Wake Up Weather.
Good Tuesday morning to you. I'm Kelly Rawson here in the Tennessee Valley Weather Center. We are live at 6 a.m. We have a few showers moving through this morning. We have higher rain chances for today as well as tomorrow. We do have a few drier days in the forecast, but that does come with some warmer temperatures. We'll take a peek at the forecast for the rest of this week, mapping out all of those rain and storm chances for you, as well as taking a look at the tropics here in this weather update. But let's go ahead and get started with what we've got going on right now. And we've got just a few showers, no lightning in the local area, but we do have just a few spotty showers in our viewing area, mainly along and east of Interstate 65. So let's go ahead and zoom in on those counties right there. We are looking at just a little bit of a heavier shower moving north of Ardmore into the Elkton area through Interstate 65 in southern Giles County, moving up 31 towards Pulaski. These are moving from south to north. Fayetteville, you're looking at a little shower at this time on this Tuesday morning. A few spotty showers down into parts of Limestone County, Alabama, as well, just very spotty in nature throughout that county. Otherwise, everybody else mainly dry. Again, just some spotty showers. Some rain could be heavy at times, but we are going to continue to watch for more showers and storms later on this afternoon. Now, because of this morning rain in some of those locations in our eastern viewing area, we are seeing a little bit of fog settling in on the backside of those showers. So the far southeastern portion of our viewing area looking at a little bit of some fog this morning. However, everybody else mainly dealing with just a calm and quiet start to your Tuesday. Over into Lawrenceburg. Good morning to you folks tuning in. We are looking at just cloud cover, but we are dry here in Lawrence County, Tennessee. Temperatures in the 70s. Over into Columbia, no fog either, but we are just still seeing that cloud cover as we start to illuminate the sky after sunrise this morning. Over into Florence, again, not really looking at any fog, but just looking at a mostly cloudy scene. But we are starting off on a dry note, again, for most of the Tennessee Valley. But here's that fog that I was telling you about, this camera in partnership with our friends down at the Alabama Weather Network. Again, a little bit of fog settling in into parts of Huntsville, Madison County. If you are around or east of Interstate 65, you may encounter some fog this morning. Temperatures are in the 70s pretty much everywhere, but we are talking low 70s for parts of southern middle Tennessee like Hohenwald and Lewis County, and 77 over into Florence and the Quad Cities. So no matter where you are, still off to a warm start to your Tuesday. Temperatures will be warm once again this afternoon, but clouds do stick around a little bit more compared to yesterday, even though yesterday was partly to mostly cloudy. However, we are going to be just slightly cooler temperatures, only in the 80s for this afternoon. Now, we are going to continue to see showers and storms develop and move through for the rest of this morning, especially during the afternoon, though I do think we may see a little bit higher coverage than what Futurecast is showing by the time we get to the afternoon. However, spotty and scattered in nature, and not quite everybody seeing thunderstorms this afternoon, but just know the chance is there. And it's on the more scattered side for this afternoon. I think a little bit higher coverage than what Futurecast is showing. Otherwise, temperatures are in the upper 80s. If your area stays dry this afternoon, you may briefly make it into the lower 90s. Otherwise, we are still going to have some cloud cover sticking around with a few peaks of sunshine here and there. Heading into this evening, as that thunder shower chance does eventually fizzle out, can't rule out a few thunder showers later into the evening as well as overnighted for the early parts of your Wednesday, kind of like this morning, how we have some showers around. That's what we can expect for your Wednesday morning as well as we start things off. And we are going to hold on to that scattered thunderstorm chance for your Wednesday, mainly during the afternoon into the early evening as well. Here is that moisture on our regional Futurecast as things stay unsettled heading into tomorrow afternoon. For your Thursday, we do still have scattered thunderstorms on the board, slightly lower rain chances compared to today and tomorrow, and then even lower rain chances for your Friday, but we do still have scattered thunderstorms on the board. However, Friday is starting to trend a little bit drier, but we're just going to have to wait and see and adjust that forecast accordingly. Now, temperatures, because we are going to be a little bit drier heading into the rest of the week and the weekend, we are going to notice a little bit of a warm up for today and tomorrow. Temperatures should stay for the most part in the upper 80s, lower 90s though for Thursday and Friday, again reflective of slightly lower rain chances, and we only have isolated thunderstorms on the board for this weekend. And to reflect an increase in sunshine for the weekend. We are talking temperatures in the low to mid 90s with heat index values returning to the lower triple digits. So it will be very hot and humid once again this weekend across the region. Now, taking a look at the tropics this morning, we do have a tropical storm Erin. Winds at this time 45 miles an hour. Again, it is still well off in the Atlantic Ocean, but let's go ahead and play this into motion over the next few days. It is expected to become a hurricane over the next few days as well, strengthening potentially even into a major hurricane. Now, the big question, of course, for us here in the United States is whether Erin will impact us here in the United States or not. There is still a lot of time and a lot of factors to be coming into play because, again, this storm at this time is still well off into the Atlantic. But as it stands right now, it's looking like its track just goes just north of the Gulf track, as well as potentially even recurving out to sea. But of course, again, a lot of factors come into play here. Nothing is set in stone, so we will continue to watch very vigilantly and keep you updated on Tropical Storm Erin that is expected to eventually become a hurricane, again, potentially into a major hurricane by this weekend. But we will continue to keep you updated if we need to be on guard here in the United States. But as of right now, all we have to do is just keep an eye on things out in the tropics. And of course, we will do that for you as we always do during hurricane season, because sometimes we are affected by some hurricanes if they enter into the Gulf. But I'm not so convinced that that will happen with this particular storm. But back here at home, if you're heading out to the bus stop anytime soon, temperatures are in the 70s this morning. Again, a few rain showers are around, not widespread, just spotty in nature. You saw that on radar just a few moments ago. But heading into this afternoon, we will see higher storm coverage. So pack the kids with the rain gear because if they don't need it this morning, they may need it this afternoon. Temperatures get up into the upper 80s for this afternoon. Again, you may briefly hit the lower 90s if you stay rain-free this afternoon, but we do expect those showers and storms to continue to affect us heading into this afternoon, into the early evening before things start to wind down. Scattered rain and storms expected for your Wednesday as well, continuing into Thursday, but slightly lower rain chances for your Thursday as well as Friday. Friday trending a bit drier, temperatures in the lower 90s, a little bit warmer thanks to a little bit more sunshine towards the end of the week. Isolated storms still on the board for this weekend. Temperatures, though, slightly higher in the low to mid 90s heading into this weekend. Again, those heat index values could be in the lower triple digits as well. So it will be another hot weekend. Until we get there, we are going to enjoy some cloud cover over the next few days. That's a check at your local weather forecast. I'll be back at 8 a.m. with your next weather update.
You're watching the Tennessee Valley Weather Channel.
Islands headed west.